My name's Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the pick of cards that I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as the work I'm doing on my website, odessaandI.com, I'm hoping to be able to deliver messages to you guys that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. So I'm really excited about today's reading. We're going to be looking into 2022. I'm sure it's crossed your mind, like, what is going to happen next year? I mean, hopefully it's going to be better than the last 2 years, right? We're going in the right direction for sure. But I'll be looking into your love life, career, family and friends, and everything in between. So I've got 3 piles for you guys to select from. Pile number 1 is partnered with the amethyst point. Amethyst helps us to open up our third eye. Our third eye is connected to our intuition and our clear vision, our psychic vision, so that we can get messages from our guides, our ancestors, that will help us to walk forward down the most abundant path. Now, pile number 2 is partnered with rose quartz. Rose quartz helps us to open up our heart chakra. It helps us to have unconditional love for others, but most importantly, unconditional love for ourselves. When we accept ourselves as we truly are, then we can start really walking towards our true goals, not the goals that others have for us, what our heart is calling us to do. And pile number 3 is partnered with citrine. Now, this is heat-treated citrine. Natural citrine is known as a stone of abundance. And I have found that heat-treated citrine, which is naturally amethyst, also helps with abundance. The difference is that the heat-treated citrine helps us to connect our third eye, our intuition, with our manifestation. So we're manifesting things that our intuition and our guides are guiding us towards. So I'm going to give you guys a second to select your pile, and I will see you in a moment. Pile number 1. So I've got your card here, and this particular card is going to give me an idea of what the general theme is going to be for 2022 for you. So let's take a look at what the card is. You got the 7 of Wands. So this card is telling me that you are going to be facing some challenges in 2022. The 7 of Wands is talking about having to stand our ground and really defend our position. But you know, I really get the sense from this particular card that you truly will have this in balance. You are going to be able to position yourself in such a way that you are going to have all the bases covered. This particular image has the wands depicted in this beautiful, almost snowflake-like shape. And they're so effortlessly being balanced. There isn't the traditional sort of tension in this card that you see with the images of the Rider-Waite classic tarot for the 7 of Wands. You are really going to be, I just got the word alchemize. You're going to be able to take your skills, everything that you've been learning over the last 2 years, use those skills to help yourself manifest and empower yourself so that you don't really feel as beaten down as I think you have in the past, where you've tried to defend your position. I was just told, I'm a psychic medium, right? So my guides are talking to me throughout the entire reading. I'm getting words, I'm getting flashes in my mind. And there's somebody in there, could be more than one person, that is trying out an alternative belief system when it comes to their spirituality. Something to do with the divine feminine, getting back into nature and the earth, witchcraft, paganism, those kinds of things. Mythology, I'm getting major goosebumps too, which is always a sign from my guys that they're like, yes, yes. So you have felt in the past like you really had to defend yourself. Like, I'm getting in my mind, like, how do you defend your belief system to people that have rigid ways of thinking about how the universe is structured and what the meaning behind our existence is? Like, how do you convince somebody that connecting with the earth and like pagan traditions or nature magic isn't connected with, dark elements? And you're gonna get to a point in 2022 where you don't feel the need to have to defend yourself. You are in balance because it's like, this is how I feel, and it's okay that you don't agree. It's all right. I'm just going to continue to walk my path because it fills my cup. It fills my heart, and I know that this is the right path forward for me. And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. Maybe we just won't talk about that. Let's talk about something else, I don't know if this resonates for someone, but my guys just said to me, Care Bear. So I don't know if somebody has been asking for a sign, or there's something going on in their own life that has to do with Care Bears, whether that resonates for you or whether that makes sense or not. But I have learned over a long period of time to just follow my instincts, and when it comes to my psychic work, I never second guess the messages that come through to me. So that is a message that's coming through for somebody. If that message resonates for you, I would love to know more about it in the comments. So let's get some more cards. I'm going to be working with my newest tarot deck. I am so in love with this deck. This is the Dream Visions Tarot by Emma Zhang. It was just released. I was really lucky. I got in on the Kickstarter. If you guys are interested in this deck and you want to know more about it, there's a link below to the walkthrough I did. Okay, so let's find out about your 2022. Like, how is this Seven of Wands going to manifest? Like, let's just go with that. What can my guides tell me about the Seven of Wands? What is going to manifest? Wow. Okay, what is going to manifest in pile number one's life that has the energy of the Seven of Wands? Oh gosh, you guys! Power. You are manifesting the energy of the High Priestess. It's exactly what I've been talking about. You have man, you are witches. You are witches. I love this. You guys are probably deeply spiritual people. You might be tarot readers. You might be psychics. That doesn't mean that you're doing work, in the same arena as me, or that you're actively pursuing a career in your spirituality, but you, in your heart, you're very spiritual people, and I think that you're diving into that more and more and more and more and more. This really feels like this High Priestess really feels like a bride. It's like you are marrying yourself into you're marrying your higher self, is what I was just told. That you are now going to be in partnership with your higher self. You are going to be on the same path, and that's going to bring you into alignment. You've got the Eight of Wands, which is fast-paced change, into alignment. The sun is rising here. This is going to be a turning point for you. 2022 is going to be a turning point for you where you are going to be moving away from energies that did not serve you. The other three cards that came out are heavier energies. The Devil. This is a card that's talking about us being tied to possibly addictive behavior, or tied to people that don't honor us, people that gaslight us is what I just got. So somebody who's telling you that you're crazy or that what you're into is silly and it doesn't make sense. They're basically like tearing you down and belittling you. Now, the reason that they're doing that is because they don't feel whole. And the more you get into alignment, the more you become this powerful high priestess. And you don't need to identify as a woman to be the embodiment of the high priestess. The high priestess is the divine feminine in the tarot. So this is an individual who is extremely psychic. She is in tune with her spirituality. She is in tune also with nature, and she's able to alchemize, like I received that intuitive information before. She's a very powerful being, but she also has the power to allow things to go on around her without being influenced by them. The high priestess is an observer. She doesn't always speak her mind, not because she feels like she can't, not because she feels like she's being silenced, but because she understands that it's not important to convince everyone that her point of view is the right way of seeing things, because she understands that there's more than one way of viewing every situation. She understands the duality of life, and what is right for her isn't necessarily right for this individual that's still in their devil energy, that's still in their shadow. You have shed a lot of the ego, a lot of the things that were holding you back. The thoughts in your own mind that told you that I need to fit into a group, I need to be like others to be safe in the world. And you're realizing that I will always be safe in the world. All of the things, all of the hardships that have taken place in my life, all of those things are taking place because I'm learning lessons. I am growing. I am shifting. I am changing, and I am emerging to a point where I have both of those energies balanced out in my life. Yin and yang, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the nurturing side, as well as the active, assertive side. And I am going to now walk forward towards the goals that feel right for me, and I am going to speak my truth. The Page of Swords is talking about having the ability to find new ways of communicating. There is a butterfly on this card. It's talking about an evolution, a growth, transitioning into a new phase. And I really feel like it has a lot to do with this devil energy. And this, this Eight of Swords here. Letting go of those self-limiting beliefs. You were in a prison of your own making. Now, you didn't construct every barrier that was around you. There were other influences. And I feel like this is going back to when you were a child, like familial influences around you that were limiting thoughts. It was like thinking about the cup as half empty versus half full. Thinking about the world as a dangerous, hostile place where you have to watch your back, and that there's not enough for everyone, and that you have to be part of the establishment. You have to be part of, what's already been in order to survive. But it's the people out there that have visionary ideas that break the mold, you know? It's the people, like they just said to me, Elon Musk. People that are doing things that everyone else thinks is crazy until all of a sudden it clicks and things start steamrolling forward. And like, now look at Elon Musk, right? He himself says that he didn't feel like he fit in, that he wasn't understood, and that he tried to fit into a community that he always felt like he was an outsider in. And now he is considered a visionary of our times, breaking the mold and creating something new. Yeah, I'm like, they just said Gene Roddenberry to me. Like, absolutely, Star Trek, that television series that, I mean, I know this is like old, but the original Star Trek series, I think it was only on the air for 2 seasons and then it was canceled. But the influence that that original series has on every single person that's influenced or interested in science, they're just talking about aerodynamics, and they're talking about chemistry, and they're talking about medicine, and they're talking about technology. And when I'm saying I'm talking about my guides. The lasting impact that that show had, not only on the way that we interact and we communicate now, but also on the visibility of minorities, where that show is showing people from various backgrounds and different lifestyles that had never been seen before. You know, everything was very monochromatic. There wasn't a lot of diversity. And it changed things. And you are seeing now that you can emerge, that butterfly. You can start to voice your truth. You can start to show the world who you really are. Break the mold. Start to be the voice of your community, of your generation, of all of the people that feel lost in your own way. You know, and this is going to resonate with each one of you in a different way. And whatever is speaking to you, you know, whatever you care about the most, that's the thing that you need to pursue. That's the thing that no matter what, you need to just hold your vision on and keep walking forward, because you are going to master this skill of defending yourself and standing your ground. That's what 2022 is all going to be about for you. Okay, so let's keep moving forward and let's get an idea of what is going to be taking place for you in love. So let's work with the Moon Baby Tarot. Now this is another one of my newer decks. It's a Kickstarter deck as well. And so if you're interested in seeing more about this deck, I'll put the link below as well. Okay, so what is going to be taking place in love for group number 1? Oh, I think I have it upside down. What is going to be taking place for group number 1 in love? What can you tell me about love? 2022 love for group number 1. What else? Oh. Okay. All right. Oh my God. You guys, you got the 7 of Wands again. Okay, so this devil energy that's at play. Oh my God. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. The devil energy that's been rearing its head in your reading here, I think it has to do with love. I think this has to do with your relationship. The 7 of Wands, like I said, is talking about you standing your ground. But this other energy that kept coming through prior to the cards even coming out is this 9 of Wands energy that I kept feeling, this wounded warrior. You have really been struggling to stand your ground, defend yourself, be able to move forward on this new journey. The Fool is talking about the beginning of the journey. This is you being at the precipice of change. Your divine nature is coming through. Your higher self is communicating with you through your intuition, through synchronicities, and it's asking you to start emerging as your most authentic self. And as you start to walk towards that, that is bringing about challenges within your relationship. But you're being asked to start to go within, right? If you're in a relationship, or if you're not in a relationship, either way, you're really being asked to look within and reassess whether everything that's going on in your love life is a match for what your heart is calling you. You know, like connect. This amethyst is talking about you connecting with your third eye, and my guides are telling me like the amethyst point, it's mirroring the energy of the swords and the wands, which is the predominant suits that keep coming forward. That is so true. And there's so much purple in these cards too. Wow. So go within and start figuring out what you really want, right? We get into this bad habit of feeling like the decisions that we made in the past, because we've been walking down a certain road for so long, are set. You know, if we're in a relationship and we're not happy, and, you know, the energies truly that I'm getting here is that this is not necessarily a healthy dynamic. Now, I'm not saying that it's not something that can shift and change. Any situation can shift and change, but it does require all of the individuals that are involved in that situation. In this case, if it's a relationship, it requires contributing effort from both parties that are involved. That means that your partner has to put in as much effort to change this dynamic as you. And what I want you to focus on, and what I want you to really keep in mind, is that you need to judge the effort of the other person based on what they're physically doing, not what they're saying. It's so easy for somebody in the moment of crisis to say, I will change, I will do better, I love you, this will never happen again. But if they are defending themselves, or somehow they are twisting things, they are turning the situation around so that you end up apologizing, or you end up on the defensive, right? You feeling like this wounded warrior, having to defend yourself, and all of a sudden everything gets spun around and you're not even talking about what the original issue is, that is a red flag. Okay? That is a sign that the other person is in their shadow and they're not ready to face their own demons, if you will. It doesn't make them a bad person. We're all on different points of the same path. All it means is that you might be ready to transition into a new phase of development and align with a different path than that particular individual. And it might be in your best interest to go your separate ways, even for a short amount of time, so that you can look within, figure out what path you want to walk down, and then reassess what you want to do with the relationship. But the Hermit is really talking about taking that solitary time on your own. And when you have figured out what you want, okay, my guides are saying that you need to take that time on your own so you can connect with your intuition and start to hear your own heart. Start to hear what your ancestors and your guides are trying to tell you, what your higher self is telling you that your soul's purpose is, because we're all here for an important reason. We get brainwashed into thinking that we're not here to make any kind of difference, that we're just here to like basically punch a clock and, you know, just go about our regular life, and that we have no power to change anything. And that is completely false. You have amazing gifts that you've brought from past lives. You have power inside you. And, you know, the establishment has had a lot of fear around people being empowered, because if every single person is empowered and knows how much power they actually have and how much influence and how much control they have all over their life and the world, they're afraid that they will lose control. So different tactics of manipulation are used to sort of keep people in line. And if you can start to have faith, right? You're seeing signs. The Fool, like I was saying before, is a call of a spiritual awakening, a new journey. And to me, it's always partnered with the appearance of synchronicities. If you can lean into that and have faith, really, what do you have to lose, right? All you're being asked to do is take a pause from the relationship. You don't need to literally break up at this point. You need to pause, reassess, have faith in yourself, have faith that the universe, no matter what, they are going to catch you. So then you can figure out what you actually want to manifest in this life. Now, for some of you, it might be manifesting a stronger foundation for your current relationship. So you got the Page and the Knight of Pentacles. The Pentacles are talking about things that are happening in the 3D world, things that are happening in our actual life. And you getting both the Page and the Knight of Pentacles is talking about you really having undivided attention on what you want out of life. And this is talking about love. So what do you want in love? What kind of partner do you want? You don't need to make concessions for your dreams. Whatever partner you want in your heart, like I want a partner who hears me and doesn't cut me off, doesn't minimize my feelings or tell me that I'm crazy. I want a partner that supports my dreams and ambitions and helps me to take steps forward, helps to work with me in a partnership so both of us can be satisfied in our life. Whatever it is that you want in your life, start holding that vision. Start really focusing on that, because it can be yours. The Four of Wands is talking about having a stable foundation, and this is a card of celebration. So this could very well be talking about you healing the wounds of your relationship and it ending in a stable foundation, possibly marriage. This could also be talking about you divorcing yourself from the old cycle, leaving behind the old relationship, and moving towards an abundant cycle that potentially starts off solo, but ends in a solid foundation with another person. Now, whenever someone leaves our life, I want you to know that it's never forever. Every person that you have a strong connection with in this life is part of your life because you knew them on the other side. You have a soul contract with them. We are infinite beings. We live forever. So even if your story has to reach its conclusion in this life, I promise you that you will have a chance to rewrite this story in the next life, or reconnect and build something fresh and new on the other side. So never feel like your story coming to a conclusion is a forever ending. Just like the cycles of nature, everything is in a constant state of rejuvenation. So if it ends now, it's just in a rest period, and eventually it will renew again, either in this life or in the next. So let's take a look at your abundance. What are you going to be manifesting as far as your career, your finances, any kind of financial opportunities? So let's take a look. I'm going to use this deck. Okay, what can my guides and angels tell me about the career and finances abundance for pile number 1? What can you tell me about pile number 1's career, finances, and abundance for 2022? Okay, amazing. So the first card you got is travel. So if you've been wanting to travel, I know that many of us haven't been able to go anywhere for the last couple of years. That is definitely going to be manifesting for you for 2022. Now, if it's not actual travel in the physical world, this could be traveling within your own heart and mind. This could be you leaving behind old ideas, releasing baggage, and really transcending into a new phase of your life. You are going to find courage. You're going to find courage to walk down that new path. Yes, you don't know everything that's going to unfold for you in the future, and it might feel scary. You know, this forest is dark. He is entirely on his own. He is walking towards the only light that he sees illuminated ahead of him, but he can't even see that far. That might be how you feel, even at the whole concept of making any of these changes in your life. But by taking these risks, working towards something new, you are going to have major payoff, right? So you might be wanting to change your career. You might be wanting to go back to school. You might be wanting to do some sort of side hustle. Possibly you want to start your own social channel. You want to do TikTok or YouTube, or you want to do, who knows, any number of things that put you out there and give you an opportunity to sort of test out your dreams. You are definitely being encouraged to take that leap. Make a commitment. Sign on the dotted line. You might be afraid to start these new ventures. You might actually be presented with some sort of contract. So this might be a matter of you being afraid to commit to a financial endeavor. You know, some of you might be wanting to buy a new home or a new car. But by taking these steps forward towards your dreams, you are going to be learning how to navigate the rough waters of conflict, really trying to assert yourself and challenge your own fears, right? Having that courage that no matter what happens, things might be rough at times, but that you are a master sailor. You are a master alchemist, able to navigate through these difficult times, and ultimately it brings you great achievement. The honoring path is talking about, in some cases, it could be you really being on a public stage, you really getting validation from a large group of people. This card can talk about you being an influencer, you being famous. This could be you really being championed in any field that you are starting to work in or you're currently working in. This is you taking those risks and it paying off. You being rewarded for your efforts and really seen as a very successful person who has a lot to offer. So this is incredible. Now, I know that this might feel kind of intimidating, right? Because the primary lesson here is you really facing your fears. So I want to ask my guys what you guys need to do in order to overcome this element of fear that keeps coming forward. So I'm just trying to sort of assess the energy and see which deck they would like me to work with. I'm feeling like it's this deck, my Radiant Sun deck. Okay, so what does group number 1 need to do to overcome the fear that's holding them back from having this beautiful, abundant career? Like, this is full of financial payoff too, as well as having this abundant relationship. What does group number 1 need to do to get into alignment and overcome their fear? What does group number 1 need to do to overcome their fear and get the relationship and the abundance that they want? Okay, so let's see here. Now, the very first card that came out is resourcefulness. So there are definitely resources that are around you that you can utilize to achieve your goal. The raven or the crow that is on this card is connected to magic. This is a bird that has a long-standing relationship with delivering messages from the other side. It's a bird that's connected to Odin. It's connected to the Morgan. So that is really making me think back to that magic vibe that I was getting before. So this could very well be you starting to utilize your skill in magic to start manifesting what you want in this life. I just heard candle magic, so you might want to work with candles. And it's quite simple. I would start to work with the cycles of the moon. And all you need to do is keep in mind what energy you want to bring in and what energy you want to release. So during a full moon, you want to be thinking about what you want to release, because from the full moon until the new moon, the moon phases the moon is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then on the new moon, it's getting larger and larger and larger. So that's when you want to bring things in. So a new moon is, what do I want to bring into my life? And a full moon is, what do I want to release from my life? And all you need to do is set an intention. You get a candle, very much like this. I received a whole box of candles that I purchased off of Amazon. They're just large birthday candles and they're really easy to work with. But basically, I just set my intention on what I want to release or bring into my life. I hold the candle, I visualize what I want in my mind, and then I light that candle and I allow it to burn all the way down. I don't mess with the candle at all after I've set my intention. Another term for setting an intention could be doing a prayer, same idea, just let it burn all the way down. Those burn for about an hour. So utilize things like that. There's lots of other different techniques that you can use for manifesting, but use your resources to start bringing in these positive energies into your life. So yes, and positive energies, you got enthusiasm. Start to get excited about what you are going to be bringing into your life in 2022. Try and focus on all of these beautiful opportunities that are being presented to you. You've got power. Oh my God. Now this card always makes me think of psychic powers and utilizing your third eye, right? to open up doorways. And it's that balanced energy. There's the moon and the sun here in this open doorway. And when you have all these imagery with doorways, right? I was talking about releasing baggage. And even this courage card, where it's this pathway, it still has the energy of a doorway. And I was talking before about that balancing of the light and dark with the high priestess, and that the moon and sun energies, and it's on this power card. That is your power, being able to balance out those energies. Start to focus on the enthusiasm you have for the things that the dreams you have, the things that you want to create in your life. And you are going to have to start getting a little more enterprising. You got the enterprise card. So start thinking outside of the box. Just dream, just daydream about what you want to birth into your life. Now for me, I'm really connected to water. So I personally actually get a lot of my major downloads when I'm in the shower or if I'm in the bath. Now, if that is resonating with you, then utilize that to your benefit. Soak it in the tub, add some salt. It just helps to cleanse and detoxify your system, which also helps balance out your chakras, which will help you to connect with your intuition on a deeper level. And that's when your guides are really going to start, and your higher self and your ancestors are really going to start to give you new ideas, new ways of approaching things. Like they're bringing up Elon Musk again. So talking about how he had these visionary ideas, and it's not just him. Like there's so many people that have really like broken the mold and like thought outside of the box. And you might want to start using divination practices on your own at home. I'm not sure if any of you guys are tarot readers. I suspect that some of you probably are. But there's other divination practices, because like there's palm reading right on this card. So you might want to get a book out about palmistry, or get into astrology, or go and see a palm reader, or get your chart done by an astrologer who really like knows their stuff. There's something about how this is written into your plan. Like you might already have an idea of this. I'm getting the sense that you've known this. You've had a sense that there was something that you were supposed to achieve your entire life. Because in my mind, I keep seeing this little boy. And when I say little boy, that's just a symbol of youth, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm only talking to the male viewers out there. It's just a sign that this is something that's been with you since you were small. There was this urge, this drive to achieve something in particular. And you are being asked to let go of the connections that you have to anyone that is trying to dominate you, or any energies in your life that are dominating you, that are making you feel like you have to do things a certain way, and that if you don't continue to follow along with the course and like the way that you've always done things, that somehow you're going to lose out. But ultimately, whatever it is that these dominating energies are, it's making you feel like you have no power. So you're being asked to release those people from your life, release those false narratives, those self-limiting beliefs. Don't allow your own ego to dominate the conversation anymore, right? Like we all have that internal dialogue that questions whether we're on the right path, or whether we really have any abilities, or whether we can ever really achieve what we want to achieve. And you have to fight against those. Instead of fighting the other people that are telling the naysayers, fight against your own internal dialogue that tells you that you're not enough. You are more than enough. You're the high priestess. You've earned these skills over lifetimes, working diligently, hard to gain these skills. And now it's time for you to rise up, to walk this path, Claim your victory. Claim your power. Know that you are deserving of a relationship that's balanced and harmonious with somebody who really has their shit together, who will support your dreams so that you can achieve your greatness and not be threatened, because they understand that if you shine, it doesn't make them appear dull. Everyone can shine. It's not true that there isn't enough for all of us. There absolutely is. And you're being asked to take these steps forward in 2022, because you at the end of this road, you are going to be helping to give back to others. You got the card of generosity. Now, I believe that you have given a lot from yourself to people that just really didn't deserve your energy, and it depleted you. You know, some of you might be empaths, that might resonate for you. But you're being asked to be generous with your time and energy with those that want to take steps forward. You know, this is a card that has Moses on it, right? He was leading the Israelites. They were ready to make changes. You know, he wasn't wasting energy on those that weren't going to charge forward and be willing to battle to get what they wanted, to get what they deserved. They were willing to walk through the desert. And that's what you're being asked to do. Only give your energy to those that appreciate it and that are ready to do their own work. So I am going to get one final card to give you some inspiration, you know, some parting advice. What is the one thing that you need to know right now? And I'm really being called to this Moonology deck. So what can Spirit tell group number 1? What is the one piece of advice that they need to know right now to get them started on their path forward for 2022? Oh, wow. Okay, 2 cards came out. Okay. So your parting message is, oh my God, I love this. You got a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Cancer is all about the emotional body. And like I was saying before, the full moon is all about releasing. A personal issue reaches resolution. No more of this indifference towards you. No more of that. None of these people are going to be able to stay in your life. All of that is going to have to be washed free of your life, because it's now time for you to have support and balance, because you can expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. Everything is about to shift for you. Everything is going to change for you, and you're really going to be stepping into your power. New moon energy, and not only that, partnered with an eclipse, this is radical change. I am so happy for you, pile number 1. Oh my God, this is really, really special time for you. Just hold your head up and keep moving forward. There will be ups and downs, but just know that it's all working towards your benefit. Just keep reminding yourself of that. So if this reading resonated with you guys, I would love to know. You can leave me a comment below. And if anyone is interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, I do personal readings. You can go to my website, odessamall.com. The link is below. I do readings with tarot, and I do channeling, and I also do spiritual coaching and Reiki and mediumship as well. And I hope that you guys will like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you enjoyed this video and you want to get regular updates about when I update or upload new content, and I hope to see you guys in the next pick a card. Take care. Welcome group number 2. So I've got your card here. This card is going to tell me about the overall energy of 2022 for you. So let's see what the card is. The 7 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so this is telling me that you are going to be making some really big decisions in 2022. Okay, so my guide, I'm a psychic, right? I'm a psychic medium. So my guides are always communicating with me, and I hear words in my own mind. It's almost like I'm remembering something that someone told me. So what just came through to me is that somebody is making a decision about expanding on their family or having a baby for the first time. That's definitely coming through. And there's all these egg-like shapes in these cups. There's like a clouded vision about that. So that's a message for one individual out there. And for the rest of you, I think that there's going to be a lot of different opportunities that are opened up for you. Some of these opportunities are going to be blessings, and some of them might be challenges, like they're in the traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite-Smith decks show different images in each cup, and some of them are really amazing things, and others are things that might appear as wonderful at face value, but then they end up being more what the word I just got was contaminants. So they might end up bleeding into your life in unhealthy ways. So let's find out more about what this means. Like, what is going to be taking place in pile number 2's life that's bringing this energy of the 7 of Cups? I am going to be working with my new deck. This is the Dream Visions Tarot. It's by Emma Zhang. I just received it. I'm so excited about it. If any of you guys are interested in this deck and you want to see it up close, I did a walkthrough, so the link is below. So let's get into this 7. Whoa. The 7 of Cups. Why is the 7 of Cups the primary energy for group number 2? Why is the 7 of Cups? Okay, we've got lots to work with here. Okay, so, okay, all right. Okay, so the energy that's coming forward is that you are going to be charging forward. Now, the first card that's calling out to me is this 4 of Swords. Now, the 4 of Swords in the upright is talking about there being a need to rest and recuperate, but it came out in the reverse. So I think that probably for the last couple of years, at least for the last 8 months for many of you, there's been a strong emphasis on recuperation. I think many of you might have been going through a tower moment, as so many of us were, with COVID and everything that happened over the last 2 years. A lot of people were faced with hardships that were forcing them to reevaluate their lives. And I think initially you rallied against this, you sort of fought back against this energy of pause. But eventually you got to a point where you surrendered. That's the word that just came to me. Where you surrendered to the energy and you were like, okay, I give up. I will do what you want me to do. I will rest and recuperate. And that rest and recuperation allowed you to sort of figure out what you wanted out of life. You were forced to really sort of strip down your life to figure out what elements of your life really were the most important, what you couldn't live without. And then that gave you the spark of an idea. And the spark of that idea is that if these are the things that bring me the most joy, then maybe I need to start selecting those cups more often. Just because 7 cups are presented to you doesn't mean you have to take a sip from all 7. You can turn 3 or 4 of those away. You know, you can selectively pick which cups you want to drink from. And I think that you understand that now. But now it's time for you to start moving forward. That's why the card is in the reverse. It's talking about you starting to move out of this energy of rest and recuperation and pause. You know, the Knight of Pentacles is also in the reverse. And when it's in the upright, it's talking about somebody who is starting to get the spark of an idea and starting to sort of work towards their goals, but it's in the reverse. So like I was saying before, you wanted initially to charge forward. Like, I get the energy that it was like job losses. There was a crisis that happened, a blow to your identity, a blow to like who you thought you were and how you've structured your life, what you thought you were supposed to be doing with every day, and who you were, and the community that you were part of. I definitely am getting the feeling that it has to do with like job losses, the breakdown of relationships, moving away from old groups of people, like not jiving as well with friends that maybe you had been close with, possibly even going back to like elementary school, high school, those kind of like long-standing bonds where all of a sudden you realize like, geez, these people don't have my back at all. You know, when the shit hits the fan and things are rough, they are nowhere to be seen. And you're like, this isn't working for me anymore. But you initially, when this happened, this shift in energy, this change, you were telling yourself that you need to just get back on the horse and you need to like drive yourself forward in a different direction. It was like you hadn't even like sort of recovered from the chaos of like, I'm getting that the tower fell. But you were like already in like survival mode. Like, I need to like fix this now. But you were kind of forced to pause, right? But now it's time for you to shift that energy because you got the Ace of Pentacles, which is talking all about there being a new opportunity in the physical world. Like, this is a new job. I mean, for me, this energy could be even like moving to a new place, a new town, connecting with a new group of people. These are like opportunities and connections that are in the 3D. This is like real stuff happening in your life on a daily basis. It's not based on the thoughts that you're having or the, you know, emotions that you're experiencing. It's like actual events that are taking place around you. Something just came forward to me about a paper route. Now, I don't know if that connects with one of you, whether there has something to do with you connecting with things that you loved when you were young and possibly when you had a paper route of your own, or whether that has something to do with your kids having a paper route, or like, I'm not sure. Hopefully that resonates for someone out there. If it does, let me know in the comments below, because I would be really curious to find out what the connection is there. You also got the Knight of Wands. and the King of Swords. All right, so the Knight of Wands is that energy of now it's time. Now it's time to charge forward. You're going to get on your horse and start to move. The wands are talking about taking action, and they are often about being very inventive, being entrepreneurial. So this might be a new business venture, a new business that you would like to open with this Ace of Pentacles. And it's allowing you to express yourself in a new way. The King of Swords is a master communicator. He is very analytical, and he is a great problem solver. So this delay in you charging forward in the past based on what was happening has allowed you, like I was saying before, to really figure out which cups you want to drink from. And then it's allowed you to have enough of a pause so that you could connect with your intuition, connect with what your heart is calling out for, and then start to devise a new business plan and a plan of action. This Knight of Wands is really speaking to that, and then be able to charge forward as a leader and really communicate with the world in a new way, expressing what you want out of life and who you want to be. So this is amazing. This is the energy that is really going to come into full bloom in 2022. Incredible. Okay, so let's get into your love life. I'm going to be working with the Moon Baby Tarot. This is another indie deck that I was able to get through Kickstarter. I love this deck. I work with it all the time. And if you're interested in seeing more about this deck, I'll put the link below for the walkthrough that I did. So let's find out, what can Spirit tell me? What can my guides tell me about group number 2's love life in 2022? What can you tell me about group number 2's love life? Oh boy, there's a lot of cards. Oh. Okay. Oh my God. All right. I'll take it. All right. Oh my God. This is crazy. You guys might want to go back and listen to pile number 1 if you felt called or you were feeling like sort of torn between the two piles, because there's a couple of cards that are coming out here that were also in that first pile. Okay, so in love, what I am seeing is that you are being displayed here as the Queen of Cups. Now, it doesn't mean that you are biologically a woman or you identify as a woman. The energy of the Queen is talking about our divine feminine energy. We all have feminine and masculine energy at play within us. We are creatures of duality. And the Queen of Cups is a queen who is very in tune with her intuition, her psychic ability. She's very in tune with her empathic skills. She is also able to balance out her psychic information and her emotional information, you know, the things that she's reading empathically, with her grounded side, her intellectual side, right? This card, it's placed right underneath this King of Swords, which is talking all about that analytical mind that you have. But you also have this deep, nurturing, caring, empathic side to you. And as far as love goes, I feel like you have really put yourself out there. You are a heart first kind of person. And as a result, you have manifested partners into your life that really weren't on the same level as you. They weren't as sort of like emotionally mature as you are. The Knight of Cups is a knight who is very romantic, is very charismatic, very attractive, and really knows how to woo their love interest, but they can also be an immature energy as far as not being ready necessarily to settle down or deal with the complexities of life, the responsibilities. They are chasing the dream. They are looking at relationships through rose-colored glasses. And when things start to get heavy, that's when they really start to show their lack of skill when it comes to their ability to have a balanced relationship. And my guides are saying wounded birds. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is people that have gone through trauma, had difficulties in their life, possibly had grown up in families where the adults around them weren't really role modeling what it is to have a healthy, balanced relationship. So they have these unrealistic expectations of what they can get from a relationship or what they can expect from their partner. And in this case, I feel like they start off with like good intentions, but it boils down to you sort of mothering them. And, you know, in reality, that has been your role for a reason, because you are drawn to these individuals because you have soul contracts with them. You know, you are partnering with them in this life so that you can help teach them to grow. And part of that is helping mother them and sort of guide them out of this victim mentality. But it's not your job to help them graduate. They have to do that on their own. And really, it takes us lifetimes to learn these skills. Nobody learns these lessons in one lifetime. We're infinite beings. We live forever. You always have a second chance, and a third chance, and a fifth chance, and a 10th chance. You get infinite number of chances. And you have played this role in this person's life, possibly in more than one person's life. And now it's time for you to graduate from this role in these people's life and really start focusing on what you need, how you can bring in your abundance. I think that you are already getting messages through your intuition. Your heart is telling you that this isn't working anymore with the Knight of Cups. I'm not sure if you're in a relationship currently. I get the energy that some of you are in a relationship, possibly even with a partner that is younger than you, but it could just be that their energy is younger than you, that they haven't incarnated on earth as much as you, or they haven't, I mean, there's lots of different ways you can incarnate on earth, so they just haven't had the same depth of experience as you. And your intuition, your guides are trying to tell you that now is the time for you to take action and start to move towards your goals. You have the Ace of Pentacles again. This is something that's coming towards you, a new opportunity that you need to take advantage of. And we're specifically talking about love. So I think that you are supposed to partner with a divine counterpart, because I keep seeing the Two of Pentacles in my mind, that these two Ace of Pentacles are supposed to be in balance. Two abundant individuals that have learned how to master the art of manifestation, how to create the life that they want, coming into union together to really create greatness. But you're not trusting your intuition right now. You aren't sure whether you should listen to what your heart is telling you or whether you are being too demanding and your expectations are too high. They're not. You've played the role that you need to play. And of course, the Knight of Cups is going to tell you that you didn't do enough, because they haven't learned that they have to take responsibility for their own actions in this life. That if they want their life to change and they want to have great relationships with people, it's not the responsibility of the other people in their life to change. They have to change how they approach situations. And in some cases, that means that if they're not happy with the way that the other person is acting, then they have to just be willing to walk away from that relationship. You can't motivate somebody else to change. They have to do it themselves. And if they're not willing to change, then you have to decide whether that's something you can live with or not. But don't ever settle for less than what your heart is telling you that you're happy with. You know, if your heart is saying, I'm not satisfied, it's telling you that for a reason. And you're being encouraged to take time on your own, withdraw, look within. The Hermit is talking about self-reflection and allowing yourself the opportunity to see where your inner light wants to shine. Okay, we need a little more information about this situation with your love life. So I'm going to ask for a couple more cards, like what is going to happen in love for group number 2. What can you tell me about this Ace of Pentacles? What can my guides tell me about the Ace of Pentacles? Okay. Perfect. All right, the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, so you got the Page of Wands and you also have the Knight of Wands. So the Page of Wands is talking about you getting those inspired ideas about what you want out of life. You're not necessarily at a point where you have everything figured out, right? That's what you're going to be doing in 2022. You're graduating from where you are right now to really start to cultivate this, you're going to flesh out this whole idea of what does a relationship mean to you? What does a balanced, harmonious, loving relationship look like to you? And for some, I'm getting actually that many of you don't want to be in a relationship. You want to be independent, but you're feeling sort of like pressured, like you should be in a relationship because you're at a certain age, or, you know, the clock is ticking. This is going back to, again, that pregnancy message that was coming through before. Whatever is meant for you will always find you. There is no such thing as not enough time. You know, you will always have more time because, like I said, you'll either achieve your goals in this life or in the next life, or if it doesn't come to you, it meant that it was never meant for you and it wasn't one of the things that you hope to achieve in this life. You know, we can get brainwashed by what society tells us we're supposed to have, especially if, like, you know, I'm specifically talking to the women out there. We get a lot of pressure to get married and have children and settle down. And there is a strong push from when we are young to do that, to nurture and parent the men in our life, no matter how challenging that is for us. Whereas what I'm seeing here is that you have brilliant ideas that you are supposed to be building into a business, is what I'm really seeing. And that through building that business, you are going to meet somebody who can really match you. You know, you can be the Queen of Cups and embody that King of Swords energy and find a partner that also has that, you know. Find a King of Cups who is also the Queen of Swords. That's what I'm really feeling. But you need to start to lean into that. You need to believe in and have faith in the feelings that you have and start the journey. Start the new journey. You got the Fool, which is talking all about the beginning phases of this spiritual awakening. You starting to see the opportunity around you, have gratitude for what you have in your life, but starting to see nature talk to you and synchronicities and follow your intuition, even if you only know 3 steps ahead, because honestly, that's typically how it goes. You don't know how it's going to turn out. You know, you can stick with what you've always had, and if you do, you know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get exactly what you've always had. It's not going to change. It's not going to get better. It's going to stay exactly the same. If anything, it might get worse, which is the sad side of walking a path that isn't in alignment with what our soul's calling is. But if you can be brave and you can start to walk towards your soul's truth, you know, take time on your own. Don't date anyone. Work on your business, work on your hobbies, work on your goals, work on nurturing yourself, work on just focusing on you. Like, go out, dance, spend time with friends, just live life and be full of joy. That is what is going to ultimately help you to grow, evolve, shed the old ego, shed the old trauma. And that's when you come into alignment with that divine counterpart. Don't ever think that your divine counterpart is more healed than you. You are mirroring each other. As you heal, they heal. Even though you're apart and you don't even know who this person is, likely. You've never met them before. It's just your soul that knows that they're out there. As you each take steps forward and heal and heal and heal, you're slowly walking closer and closer together. And eventually you'll be so healed that you'll be standing right next to each other. And that's when you'll have this amazing meet cute where it's like, so unexpected, but they're there and you're like, oh, I get it. This is why all of this happened. I was waiting for you. I'm so excited to meet you. There you are. Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, so let's get some cards and dive into your career. Let's figure out what's going on with your career. So what can my guides tell me about pile number 2's career abundance for 2022? What is going to take place in 2022 for pile number 2's career and abundance? Whoa. Woo! Okay, I'm not going to accept all of those cards because there's definitely a lot of intense energy coming out. And okay. Wow. This is a lot of cards. Okay. Well, I'll take these ones. Even though it's a lot more cards than pile number 1, but don't let them know. Okay. But I think this is a powerful message and one that needs to be heard. Okay. All right. So your career and your love life are interconnected. Your divine counterpart that you are waiting to find, you are going to find through your career. There is a plan of action that you need to be putting into place. This Plan of action card is talking about planning ahead, starting to figure out what opportunities are available to you. Where do you want to go? What do you want to birth into your life? You are trying to start to transition into a new phase of being. You know, right now, I think that in a way, it's almost like you're behind a mask. It's based on the fact that you have been really held back by your own self-limiting beliefs. You got the card fragmented energy, victim mentality, dark thoughts, and fear. So these cards are telling me that, and consciousness of lack. Okay, this is really going back to this, where it's like, you feel like in a way it's better to just hang on to what you already have, because if you let go of what you already have, what if you never find anything better? What if the universe gives you something worse? I promise you, the universe never takes something away from you or asks you to release something only to give you something worse. It just never works that way. You would only be asked to release something so that something new can come into your life. But I know that the process of releasing someone or something or a belief system can really be painful. It can bring up a lot of trauma from the past, because in order for us to deal with trauma, we have to bring it up to the surface and we have to release it. And you have been taught that there isn't enough for everyone. That's what the consciousness of lack is. That, you know, it's better to just stick with what I have. You know, my relationship isn't perfect, but it's better than being alone. No, it isn't. And you know that. Your heart is telling you that. That's the energy I was picking up before, where it's like, no, maybe I'll just be better off by myself. But it's like, but I've built this life, and what will everyone think? They don't have to live your life. They don't have to go to sleep next to the person that you're in a relationship with every night. They don't have to try and build a life and a partnership and you know, build a foundation with the Knight of Cups. It's you. And some of you, I feel like there's been real big extremes, like really intense highs and lows, roller coaster, toxic energy, because the other person, I think, has some dark energy in them. Now, this could also be representing you, that there could have been some real trauma from the past that really keeps you in a state of feeling like you're not good enough. Possibly events that you want to sort of keep hidden, because if anyone knew this about me, how would they ever love me? But that's where it's time for you to come to terms with what happened in your past and know that you're not responsible for the actions of others. If someone hurt you and I'm getting like soul fragment loss, which is a shamanic concept about when a seriously traumatic event happens in our life. It's like a piece of our soul gets left in that period of time. It's like there's a hole in our heart and we can never feel whole. But you can feel whole by going back, looking at what happened, and allowing yourself to release the fear associated with that. You're no longer in that position, and you are a powerful being. Anything that happened to you that was traumatic was written into your life plan to help you grow. And I know that sounds unbelievable. You know, why would we ever write something into our life plan that was so traumatic and toxic? But it's because you're such an advanced soul that you were able to live through it. You know, if you weren't the advanced soul that you are, you would never, ever, ever have been given a mission of that kind of toxic experience, that kind of traumatic experience. You have gone through so many lives and experienced so much on a personal level throughout all of these lifetimes that you were able to face it like a warrior. Now, I know that you don't remember that part of yourself and you don't connect with that, and that's why you feel like you're the victim. But you are the light. You're the light. And by releasing the mask that you hold, the mask that you hold and that you keep up for others, that kind of is a barrier between you and other people. When you release that and you allow people to see you as you truly are, and you embrace your experiences and you are honest about what happened to you, and you stand tall and proud, you're going to be able to use that experience to help heal yourself. It will transform you and you will truly become the healing light. Your bravery to stand up and be heard is going to allow you to let go of what happened. Walk through this portal. Walk through the portal and allow you to find unconditional love for yourself. The true love card here, she's looking at an image of herself and she's standing in front of this portal. You will be able to have unconditional love for yourself. You will be able to release the baggage. The travel card can talk about actually traveling, but in this context, it's really speaking to me about traveling in your heart and mind and releasing that baggage. And you are going to find peace, true peace. And there are two swans, and swans are a symbol of love and union throughout time. They mate for life. Once you heal this, that is when you're going to discover your true potential. It's going to open you up to this beautiful, abundant idea. You know, him holding this golden nugget really reminds me of this Ace of Pentacles. Your career, this job, it could be, it's your life's purpose. Your life's purpose has a lot to do with sharing your trauma, sharing your experience with others. Now, that will resonate with you in your own way. You know, for some people out there, it will be people who have been through toxic relationships talking about their toxic relationship. It will be, you know, working as volunteers, working for charitable organizations, but it could also be like developing an app that helps a community that you identify with. It could be any number of things, but it's your pain and the struggle that you went through that's going to inform you on what direction you're supposed to take in your career, that's going to bring you abundance. It's going to heal your soul. It's going to allow you to shine your light. You're going to be able to heal others. It's going to magnetize your true love to you, and the two of you are going to continue to build this strong foundation together. Now, this person that you are going to connect with, this true love that I just keep seeing hints of, right? You might not meet them in 2022. I'm feeling more like it's 2023 or 2024, but that's okay, because 2022 is all about you healing and loving yourself, right? The rose quartz has a lot to do with self-love, but once you get into the flow of this, you are going to meet this person through your career. You got professional assistants and friends and colleagues. So you're going to, one, align with what I refer to as like your soul tribe, your soul community. It's like-minded people that have gone through similar situations and see, you know, their own pain as a catalyst for strength. and you're going to magnetize to each other and help each other to grow and birth these ideas into the world, and possibly even work with these people. And then I believe that that's where this individual that you're going to build this lasting relationship with will come into your life. This is so exciting. Okay, so I am going to get a couple final cards that are just going to give you general advice about what you need to be doing in order to start moving towards this Ace of Pentacles, towards the healing, towards, the abundance and opportunity that is part of your highest vibrational path, right? We have fate and we have destiny. You are living your life, and basically you're being presented with all of these opportunities, right? The Seven of Cups, making decisions. Life is kind of like a choose your own adventure. Depending on the decisions that you make, you will encounter various obstacles and opportunities. Some things you can avoid based on the decisions that you make. Now, there is one highest vibrational, most abundant path. That is the path that your guides are constantly trying to align you with, because it's the path where you are going to have the most happiness. So, basically, that's the advice I want to get. Like, how can you align with that highest vibrational path? Now, no matter what, you can't make a wrong decision. There's no wrong path and right path. They are all opportunities for growth. So even if you take a path that is leading you towards pain, these dark thoughts and the fear, through that experience, you learn to overcome the fear. So it's not a wrong decision. It's just a more challenging path. That's all. Okay, so let's find out, what can you do to align with your highest vibrational path in 2022? What advice does, okay. Is there anything else? Okay. Oh, all right. I love this. This is so exciting. Oh my God. In pile number 1, they got one new moon and one full moon card, and you guys did too. This is incredible. Okay, so you got full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Oh my God. This is insane. That's exactly what I was talking about, right? You've got the 2 Ace of Pentacles, and I was talking about how the 2 of them together remind me of the 2 of Pentacles, which is talking all about balance. And I kept talking about how you've got these 2 sides of yourself, the Queen of Cups, which is talking all about the spiritual and the emotional, and then the King of Swords, which is that practical, analytical side. You have to balance that energy out within you. Now, like I was saying in pile number 1, I was suggesting to them to start sort of leaning into the cycles of the moon. That during a full moon is a perfect opportunity for you to manifest healing in your life. It is the time when you want to release things, because from that point on, the moon phases are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And then during the new moon, that's when you want to start manifesting things into your life. And you've got new moon in Taurus. And Taurus is all about taking charge, diving into things. Prosperity lies ahead. This is amazing. These are just basically repeating the energy that we have already discussed. That you need to work on sort of balancing of your energies, healing from the past, really accepting both sides of yourself. Both sides are within you for a reason. You don't have to be all or nothing in any capacity. And you're allowed to be emotional. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a gift to the people that are around you, and those that don't accept that aren't ready to face their own emotions. And your passion and your drive, even your anger, are in you for a reason. Embrace them, because you need that fiery passion and that willingness to stand your ground and be heard, to drive yourself forward. And again, if people are uncomfortable with that, then really that just means that they have some of their own healing to do. Anytime we feel triggered by the actions of somebody else, the best course of action is really to look within and ask ourselves, why are we being triggered? Because it might mean that we have some fragmented energy within us that really needs to be faced, and our reactions are based on fear. So that's what 2022 is going to be all about for you guys. Now, I don't want you to be afraid. This is going to birth a beautiful new version of yourself. By the time 2020 ends, you are going to feel so healed and so transformed. You are going to have a lot of gratitude for this experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If it resonated for you, please comment below. I would love to know more about your experience, and any comments are always appreciated. If you enjoyed the reading and you like my style, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want notifications of when I upload new content. I am a professional reader. You can go to my website, odessamall.com, if you want to book a reading with me. I do tarot readings, channeling sessions, mediumship, spiritual coaching, and Reiki. And if you want to see the decks that were featured in the first half of your reading, the Moon Baby Tarot and the Dream Visions Tarot, I did do walkthroughs, and the links will be below. I hope that I see you guys in the next reading. This was such a pleasure, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Hi, pile number 3. I am so excited to get into your cards. So this card is going to tell me about what the overall energy is for you for 2022. So let's find out what it is. You got the Chariot. That's incredible. So this is talking about you being able to take charge, move forward with balanced energy. It's talking about there being a balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, yin and yang. It's also talking about there being a balance between the light attributes and the shadow attributes, the things that are hidden that we keep to ourselves. Really being able to balance out those energies and move forward towards our soul's calling. So this is going to be a big year for you. This is really exciting. Let's dive into the cards and find out some more information about this. So I'm going to be working with my new deck. This is the Dream Visions Tarot. I just received it. This is the very first reading I'm doing with this deck. It was a Kickstarter that I got in on. If you want to know more about this gorgeous deck, I did do a walkthrough. The link is below. So let's get some more information on the Chariot. What can my guides tell me about pile number 3 and the Chariot? What's going to be taking place for pile number 3? Oh boy. In 2022. Tell me about the Chariot. Oh boy. Okay. Let me sort of get organized here. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I totally understand. Okay. like you have been going through a really heavy transition. The energy that I'm getting from this is that there has been a loss as far as a love relationship goes. I believe that there's a major transition taking place. If the concept of twin flames resonates for you, I could easily see this being a twin flame union. From my perspective, twin flames are not the ultimate love story like some people view them. I see it as a soul contract that is designed for the two individuals that are involved to learn lessons and grow. They need to learn the equal yet opposite lesson. And you've got the twins, and the twins in the traditional tarot is the lovers. And in this particular card, we've got two individuals that are showing both sides of the energy that is at play in both of us. We've got the light attribute and the shadow attribute. We've got the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Those energies are at play in every single individual. So what I'm seeing from this is that this is the card that really spoke to me about twin flames. And then we've also got the Chariot, which is also light and dark, masculine, feminine. Those two sides of the same coin, they're being a real draw to each other, but there has been deep pain. And I believe betrayal. You've got the Seven of Swords, which is talking about pain, betrayal, somebody manipulation, somebody getting away with something, secrets, things being hidden in the dark. I believe that through this relationship, you were learning and growing how to love yourself. Whereas I believe that you probably have put other people's needs ahead of your own. And the other individual that you were in a relationship with, I believe, was more focused on the self. They were probably very charismatic and like very driven, like that. I keep hearing go-getter. Like, I'm a psychic medium, so I get information channeled to me at all times. And I believe that you... Wow, I'm really being struck. I'm seeing some of these images for like only the second time since I did the walkthrough. And this is incredible. There's the Page of Cups here and the Queen of Cups. And both cards have three fish. This is two energies that are at different phases. They are at different abilities to like sort of embody the full extent of that energy. Like the cups are talking about the emotional body. So this is making me feel like this is connected to psychic abilities as well as empathy and like just our natural intuition. And this could be very well that the two of you are like equal and opposite. You have some of the same abilities, but you are at different stages of development when it comes to those energies. I believe you are the Queen of Cups. You are at the full extent of your empathic abilities, whereas your partner is at the Page of Cups, has empathic abilities, but hasn't developed them to the point that you have. But your partner is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very analytical, a good leader, great communications style, but can be sometimes rigid, even cutting, can be sort of so direct and so blunt about things that it can be sort of cutting and painful. Whereas you are the Knight of Swords. Now, when I'm talking about like the knight or the queen, like I said, we all have feminine and masculine energies within us. I am not talking about any biological sexes or sexual identities. I'm just talking about energies. So you are the Knight of Swords. You have the ability to be analytical and really speak your truth and have great communication, but you're still developing these skills. And by being with this other person, they are teaching you how to communicate effectively, and you are teaching the other person how to be emotional and be in tune with their empathic skills. So you're teaching each other the equal yet opposite lesson. You're teaching them to love others as much as they love themselves, and they are teaching you to love yourself as much as you love others. But I feel that that phase has now come to a point where you're both ready to graduate. And unfortunately, from my experience with twin flames, it's often not a relationship that's meant to be forever. It's not going to sustain the long haul because you're on different paths. You needed to learn from each other, and now it's time for you to go your separate ways so that you can continue to learn with others. You can teach others. There's new teachers coming to you, and new people that need you to guide them. You got the Death card, which is talking about the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. Snakes are historically, in many different cultural traditions, talking about shedding our old skin. And, the Ouroboros, which is the snake eating its own tail, is talking about that never-ending cycle of life, blooming into a new version. And that is where you are going to really blossom and emerge. You have to take steps forward, though, on this path, to walk away from things that aren't serving you any longer. You got the Eight of Cups, which is talking about having to make the decision to leave behind things that at face value might be fulfilling, but in your heart, it's not in alignment with who you are any longer. And you are leaving these things behind because you are striving for the Nine of Cups, which is ultimate fulfillment on an emotional level. It's really being an alchemist, really knowing who you are and what you need, and taking charge to move towards that goal. Wow. This is really, really powerful. So let's find out some more information about your love life. I'm going to be working with the Moon Baby Tarot. This is another Kickstarter deck that I was so excited to get in on. So if you want to see a walkthrough of this deck, I'll also put the link below. So what can my guides tell me about pile number 3, group number 3's love life in 2022? About pile number 3's love life in 2022. Woo! Oh my. Wow. Okay. Let's get the cards from the ground. Okay. All right. Oh my God, this is like repeating everything I was just talking about. Oh my God. Okay, so I just need to get organized with these cards for a minute because there's a lot here to unpack. And like I was saying before, I'm a psychic medium and I am an intuitive reader. So I let my guides tell me the order that the cards should be read in, and I just listen to them. So we'll just sort of work through it here. Okay, so during I believe the beginning phases, I think it's already starting to manifest for you. You are kind of at a crossroads where you're in a relationship right now that really isn't bringing you fulfillment. You've got the Two of Cups in reverse. You might even be in separation. I am getting the feeling like this is a yo-yoing type of relationship. Together, not together. Together, not together. Everything is good, then it's not good. Which is really classic for a twin flame union. There's a lot of conflict. The Five of Swords is talking about that. There being conflict just because somebody wants to be right, like really like battling each other, or one person. The energy I get here is it's more like one person is wanting to be right just for the sake of being in control, that it has a lot to do with their own ego and feelings of unworthiness, feelings like if they aren't right, then they're wrong, and then that makes them feel like they're dirty or not worthy, which is so sad, and that most likely comes from trauma from childhood. And this is manifesting as a lot of dysfunction in the relationship, possibly in the home life, the family. The Ten of Cups came out in reverse. In the upright, this is the happy family card. This is ultimate fulfillment, everyone's needs being met, everything being balanced. But it's in the reverse, which is the complete opposite of that. Like, this is more challenges, no one is fulfilled. And then the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords also came out in reverse. Page energies, like I was talking about earlier, they are considered the juveniles of the tarot. This is an earlier energy, like a younger energy where we're still learning lessons. But the lessons that are supposed to be learned by these particular cards, like the Page of Swords, is learning new ways of communicating. And the Page of Wands is getting inspired ideas and a stroke of inspiration so that we can charge forward. But that is being blocked. And it's because this relationship is so challenging. The Ten of Wands is talking about there being heavy burdens. The burdens being so great that you almost can't bear it any longer. You really don't know if you can keep going. And that is really partnered with this Two of Wands, where this energy of being so overwhelmed by the burdens of the relationship is putting you in a position where you are going to have to make a decision. But I'm feeling like there's almost a reluctance to make that decision yet, because you're not sure about what the future is going to hold. And partially the reason that you're unsure about what you want to do is because of this Moon card. The Moon card can talk about the shadow. And when it's partnered here also with the Seven of Swords energy, I was talking about the deception and manipulation and things being unsaid and things being hidden. I really feel like there are things going on behind your back, things that are going on that your partner is doing that I think you know a little bit about. I think your intuition is telling you a lot about this, and you don't want to believe that it could be true, because you do feel this strong soul connection, and you're like, how can I feel so strongly about you and we're not meant to be together? And it's because you are soul bonded. You have a connection on a soul level. Like from my perspective, I see us all as connected. All life on earth is connected. We're all part of the same energy that makes up everything, source energy. And I see us as almost like extensions of that energy that manifests as unique souls. And so it's kind of like a cell dividing. It's like you are connected. Like the concept of twin flames is that it's two halves of the same soul. I don't think that there is another half of your soul, because we are all connected and you are perfect and whole as you are. But you are connected on a soul level. You are part of the same soul family, meaning that you are part of that same division of the higher self, the soul. That's why you are drawn together. You are helping each other heal wounds that are all connected to that same soul energy. I hope that that makes sense. That is why you feel so drawn to each other. But that is also why it's okay for you to release each other when the time comes, and that time is coming in 2022, because you're never going to truly ever be apart. You are part of the same soul group. You will see each other on the other side, and you'll have other lifetimes together in the future that are healthier, that have the different dynamic, that come together in a different way, because you'll have all of these lessons and skills that you've learned in this lifetime to utilize in that next lifetime. Just like the lifetimes that you've had together in the past are helping you in this life. But right now, it's time for you to be honest with yourself. You got the Queen of Swords again. Now, this is coming out twice along with the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is talking about success and a new beginning, and the Queen of Swords is talking about really being a leader and finding new ways of communicating. And I think it's time for you to start communicating what you need in the relationship. Really being honest about who you are to yourself. This could also manifest as you being honest about what you need in the relationship with the other person that you're in partnership with, and telling them that basically you need balance. You've got the Six of Pentacles, which is talking about a balanced, harmonious exchange. The two individuals are both contributing equally. I don't believe that is what has been happening up until this point. I get the energy that you have both been sort of falling into your shadow, that you trigger each other, and you want that to stop. You deeply love each other, but it's so painful for these triggers to continue. Now, I also get the sense that your partner is more in their shadow than you are. I'm getting the sense that possibly for some of you, there could be narcissistic energy at play and patterns of codependency. And it really is a lesson that can be very painful and challenging to work through. But once it's overcome and you release that energy, it brings about so much growth and so much happiness and joy that you'll understand why everything happened the way it did. Now, ultimately, like I was saying before, I don't feel like it's going to be the two of you together. I feel like once this is released, you're going to evolve into the embodiment of the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, you've got the Nine of Cups here. The Nine of Pentacles is manifesting everything that you want in the physical world. This is, this card is kind of the embodiment of, the energy of Mother Nature, manifesting and creating everything that you need in your life. And then this Nine of Cups being so emotionally fulfilled. And it's going to attract to you a true divine counterpart that is balanced and healed the way that you are. You have the Lovers here partnered with the Star card. And the Star card is a wish come true. This is you finding basically a soulmate. Every interaction that we have with somebody that's a deep, long-standing relationship is a soul contract. So in essence, they are soulmates. But this is like a love balanced union with your divine counterpart, where you're both healed and you really are balancing each other out, like the Six of Pentacles. I don't believe it's the same individual that you're in a relationship with now, or that you're thinking about being in a relationship with now, but it looks like by the end of 2022, you're going to have healed this energy, walked away from the relationship that you are still either in or wishing that you were in, healed yourself, really faced your own shadow, and started to embrace what you truly want out of life, and started to work towards that balanced, harmonious energy in every aspect of your life, which then magnetizes somebody into your life that can mirror that or can fulfill that for you, right? That's where the wish card comes in. You know, it will really feel like this is a wish come true. So, wow, that's incredible. I'm so excited. And like, I can't help but notice that you have so many repeating cards, right? Like you've got, like I was saying, you've got the Queen of Swords twice, and then you've got the Lovers as well twice. So this is going to be a big year of shifts and changes in your love life. So let's get some cards on your career. What is going to be taking place for pile number 3 as far as manifestation, abundance, career? What is going to take place in pile number 3's career and abundance in 2022? Whoa. Let's get a couple more cards. What's going to be taking, whoa. What can you tell me about pile number 3's career in 2022? Okay. Let's see. Wow. All right. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So what I am seeing right now is that right now you are afraid to take certain steps forward in your career. I believe that there is something that your soul is calling for you to start doing more of. I think that there is a creative endeavor that you really feel passionate about, that really fills you up. This could mean that it's an extension of the job that you already have or the career that you already have. You just want to take it in another direction, or there's a side hustle that you want to start, or you want to go back to school, or you just want to get back in tune with the things that you felt passionate about earlier in your life before you were distracted by the energy of this relationship that's been really decreasing your energy levels. You've got the decrease card, and she's pouring water through her hands. Water is a symbol of the emotional body. It can also be a symbol of our intuition and our psychic gifts. And when we focus a lot of our energy on the needs of another, and we really put ourselves second or last, if you know, you might have a family already where you're really focusing on them and their needs. And when we do that and we don't sort of stop to re-energize ourselves, do self-care, then we really end up getting to a point where energetically we're so depleted that it's like we're walking through life in a fog and we don't know what would bring us any kind of joy or happiness. And you're being encouraged to start to dive into those creative endeavors that you really, really loved. Because when we are creative, that brings healing energy towards us. It raises our vibration. You've got healing light. And this card actually came out in pile number 2. So if you were drawn to pile number 2, you might want to go back. And there was a couple of other cards here that were also in pile number 2. So if you were drawn to that as well, you might want to listen to that pile as well. But you really indulging yourself in the activities that you love is going to bring healing energy to you, and you are going to be able to fall in love with yourself. You've got true love. This card also came out in the earlier pile, and the loving woman. So giving yourself, I just heard benefit of the doubt. So really believing that you can achieve something, just believe in yourself. Even if you are questioning whether you can achieve something, by believing it, you're magnetizing more opportunity towards you. Portals will open up to you, and you'll start to see things in a new light. It starts to heal you. The things that we think about, we bring about. So if you focus on fear, it's going to bring about more confusion and more obstacles, because the universe doesn't see the hardships in our life as bad. There's no bad and good in that, traditional concept, like the villain and the hero. That doesn't really exist. It's all a matter of perspective. The painful things that take place in our life are there to help us grow. We learn the most from the pain. But obviously, there's only so much pain one person can handle before they feel like they're almost broken. You are getting to that point with this 10 of Wands, but a 10 is also an indication that it's nearing the end of a cycle and a new beginning, like the Ace of Swords is talking about. That's a new beginning. This is a new rebirth. The aces are renewal, rebirth. The 10s are completion of the cycle. So start thinking about what you really want in life. Use your intuition to help you figure out what you need to manifest into your life. I highly recommend listening to sleep affirmations. All of my clients know how much I love sleep affirmations. I've listened to them regularly. And the reason I love them is because we all have that internal dialogue, what I refer to as the monkey mind, that's constantly going in your mind. Repeating kind of like patterns of thought that we put down in our childhood often, that we have reinforced over our life's experience. And when you listen to positive sleep affirmations, it's like you're retraining your brain for 8 hours a night to start thinking the way that you want to be thinking about positive outcomes, opportunities, being optimistic, being full of love. When during the day, it can be really challenging to catch ourselves and redirect those thoughts, because we're like on autopilot. And you can possibly not even catch them because you're just so used to thinking that way that you see that as fact. Listen to sleep affirmations. There's tons on YouTube that are really powerful. It will help you to see things in a new light. And once you start getting that, momentum going, where you're seeing things in a positive light, and you start to see things as, opportunities instead of obstacles, and you start to indulge in beautiful things for yourself. Like on her skirt here are beautiful flowers, and this all these gorgeous fruits, and this very relaxed puppy. This is just comfort and decadence and joy, and she's surrounded, both of these cards, she's surrounded by these glowing orbs, which I always connect with fairy energies, and fairy energies are connected to miracles. Oh my God, and there's more of that in this card, the happy success card. And that's the energy you're going to be bringing towards yourself, right? Like the star, wish fulfillment and opportunities, balanced opportunities. And he has these glowing orbs in the palm of his hands. You might want to start working on healing your chakras, balancing your energy. You might want to see a Reiki healer who can help you to sort of balance out your energy, possibly even cut cords. or help you to ground your energy. Meditation could really help with this. There's lots of different guided meditations, and meditation does not mean that you have to quiet your mind and just be in silence. There's lots of different kinds of meditation. You can meditate while you're walking. That's often a meditation that I do. I have 2 dogs and I walk them daily. I meditate by concentrating on nature around me, unplugging from my phone, the distractions of life, and really paying attention to what's going on around me. And there are so many amazing synchronicities that I pick up on. And those synchronicities that might seem like coincidences initially, but you'll start to see a pattern, and that pattern is giving you information. You are a psychic individual. There's repeating imagery here all about your intuition. There's so much water imagery here, and the moon energy. Tap into that, right? Back to this primary card that's the overall energy for you in 2022. Balancing the energy and charging forward. It's going to bring you to a place where you feel like everything is fair. So I'm going to get a couple of final cards for you that will give you some guidance, some advice on how you can sort of charge forward, how you can bring yourself into alignment with the Chariot. What do you need to do right now? So what can my guides tell pile number 3 about actions they can take in 2022 to align with the Chariot energy? Whoa, okay. I'm just going to get that card. Let's see. All right. Oh my God, this is incredible. In every single group, one card has been a full moon and one has been a new moon. This is amazing. All right, so you got full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Wow, the eclipse energy for the moon is all about revealing those secrets, really diving into our shadow and bringing up that trauma to release it. You know, the moon card also has that energy of the eclipse on there. That is fascinating. I love that. And this energy, all of these trees really are reminding me of this 10 of Wands. You're so close to the conclusion, which is the 10 of Wands is talking about the end of that cycle. Conclusions are within reach. And then you got new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. And this card is talking about you taking aim at what you want to achieve. Have laser focus on what you want out of life, and the universe will support you. They will open up doorways to you to help you achieve this abundance and fulfillment. Like, there's heavy energies here, absolutely, and you're in heavy energies, but the powerful conclusionary cards are these really high level energies that are bringing true balance, right? 6 of Pentacles, the Chariot, that is all about balance, true love, healing light, the loving woman, happy success, the Star card, wish come true, wish fulfillment, the 9 of Cups, emotional fulfillment, 9 of Pentacles, material, physical fulfillment, all of your monetary needs being met, not wanting for anything. You are going to have the life of your dreams. It's just a matter of having faith in the universe, really trusting that you know what's right for yourself, being willing to close out cycles and walk away from things that no longer serve you, and they just said, tell them to not compromise. Don't compromise your vision. What you want for yourself is what is meant for you. It's going to heal you. And when you heal yourself, you have a domino effect with others. Your healing light inspires others to heal themselves. And it just grows and grows and grows. Wow. This is amazing. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading and that it resonated with you. If it did, please comment below. Let me know. I love to hear about how you guys felt about the reading and what your own personal journey and experience has been. If anyone's interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. I do tarot readings, channeling, mediumship. I also do Reiki, so if anyone wants to work with me with the distance Reiki session, that would be great. I can work with anyone, no matter where you are. You can just go to my website and find out more information about that. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you'd like to know when I upload new content. And if you're interested in knowing more about these gorgeous indie decks that I was working with, the Dream Visions Tarot and the Moon Baby, I did do walkthroughs of both of those decks, and you can see the links below. So I hope that I see you guys in the next pick a card, and have a fabulous day. Take care.